Not all the stories, efforts to revive the economy of Nigeria may not yield positive results because of some indices which are the bane of progressive stride of the country, which could lead to socio-economic liberation of the people are left unattended to. Unemployment, corruption, non-diversification of the economy, income inequality, and a poor education system are some of the key factors disrupting economic progress in Nigeria. Galaxy's news correspondent Lebby Joseph filed this report.
For a nation to attain economic revival, accountability as the running of governance is a strong factor and a vivid pointer. Government officials should spend available resources more effectively and efficiently. Nigeria needs to utilize its available resources in a more efficient and effective way by spending more on critical public services to achieve its social and economic development objectives.
There cannot be any kind of meaningful economic development or any kind of development at that without transparency and accountability as a key part of governance, particularly in the democracy. And that is why the advocacy that we have been engaging with is targeted at both the government as duty bearers and to the citizens as rights holders, so that they understand that those in public offices, whether they are elected or appointed, are there to serve the interests of the people, and they are accountable to the people at all times.
We cannot achieve anything in this country without proper accountability. One, anybody that is given any position of responsibility in Nigeria who knows that nobody will call him to question as to what he has used the money released for a particular purpose for, would not be diligent in whatever he's doing. He will be casual about it because he is not owing anybody any explanation. So accountability is the...
There is need to critically look into the decline in terms of trade, savings gap, inadequate capital accumulation, foreign currency gap, and capital flight, corruption, poor governance, and insecurity.
We cannot fight insecurity without understanding the context of insecurity, which is why the kinetic and non-kinetic approaches are really not feared well as it should, because even insecurity is more of a social issue. It's socio-economic and less religious, as we've seen from the findings of the various research reports. And to put this in proper context once again, there is the issue of security votes being earned by those in public offices, which hasn't been stopped. There is the issue of pension law being earned by former governments and deputy governors, who incidentally have some of them.
About resources, Nigeria has natural resources, human resources in all aspects. But the challenge is bringing these things together to produce results. And it's not as if they are not bringing these things together to produce results. They are producing, but these results are going into private pockets. They are going to areas that are not supposed to. They are drained. And that is why you still have, you have Nigeria struggling, still struggling. This nation...
If political office holders and government officials can imbibe spirit of accountability and operate a healthy fiscal policy with a monetary policy where central bank genuinely influences demand and supply of money with long-term policies that can improve productivity and efficiency in the economy, this can be the gateway to socio-economic breakthrough in Nigeria.
So we cannot continue to drive and encourage opacity in governance in public institutions and expect to be meaningful engagement and development, understanding fully well that what makes democracy unique as a system of governance is participation. And that participation does not start or end at the polls. It is not every 4 years. Governance is a continuum. The politics of electing those who lead us happens once in 4 years, apart from the off-cycle elections in some states. And that is what we need to drive at.
So, which way out of this quagmire?
The solution lies in citizen engagement and citizen education. an enlightened citizen.
And people that are put in the position of authority do not feel they are accountable to anybody. And that is why they do whatever they like. You see, if any president mismanages the economy and leaves, nobody calls him back to question. The only person they started seizing properties and all that was the one that died, Abacha. No other head of state, no other president has left, and they say, come, give account of this. And several things happen here. What of the just relieved President Buhari?